In the introduction video, we talked about the difference between fire prevention and firefighting. We talked about inspectors and their primary role. Risk management is their primary role. Looking at the building, identifying the risks, and trying to prevent them from occurring, and making sure that the building operates the way it should in a safe manner. When we look at fire prevention, there's two considerations in hazards: conditions and behaviors. Conditions are things that exist. Conditions are our doorways or the occupancy, the type of building, things that can or cannot be controlled. Other things that we deal with are behaviors, how people act, what they're going to do. There's a lot of scientific studies about how people will behave when there's a fire. Behaviors are sometimes uncontrollable because you always can't predict what people are going to do. We can make sure that the entrances are open, we can make sure that the fire protection systems work, we can make sure that the alarm reports, but you cannot make sure that people are going to leave the house. When we do fire prevention discussions or topics or sometimes demonstrations, what do we talk about with the children? Make sure you get out of the house and never go back in, right? We try to teach that behavior over again. How many times do we read stories or hear stories about people that go back into the building after they've gotten out and try to find or save something that might not already be able to be saved? So again, we find that those behaviors are uncontrollable. People will do things when they're under stress that they might not normally do. So again, well, let's focus this week's discussion on conditions, things that we can control by inspections and being able to control through a diligent level of inspection and correction. And then we want to look at the behaviors, the things we can't control. Again, there's a lot of research on this topic, so I would recommend going to the websites and trying to find information about how people behave in fires. There's a number of papers that you can find through a simple Google search done by the National Fire Academy. In this week's discussion, talk about the behavior aspect. What can you expect people to do, and what are some of the unexpected things that people might do in a fire? Look at these aspects and comment on them. Your comment for your initial posting will be due before 11 p.m. on Tuesday, and I will expect you to comment on your fellow students' postings before 11 p.m. on Saturday night. Good luck with this one. It's a little more difficult than the others, but I think you'll do a good job, and I look forward to a good conversation. Thank you.